welcome the introvert in business, Jon Baker.
Jon Baker.
Jon Baker.
Jon Baker classifies himself as an introvert.
Not only that, I'm proud to be an introvert.
He's now talking on the topic of dealing with introverts.
Somewhere between a third and a half of your audiences and your networks and your connections are also introverts. Isn't it crazy that as a society we dismiss a third of our audience and make them feel unengaged and push them out the way?
Now, as an extrovert, I wasn't sure what I was going to get out of this, but what I learned was how I can engage introverts in my presentations and my workshops. Really valuable tips, Jon. Really appreciate it.
We're going to talk about what is an introvert. Do you find your batteryometer, good word that one, draining almost by the minute as the conversations go on?
Seriously, if you're in any business where some of your team or your client base are introverts, you need to get him in so that you can get rapport with the introvert.
You've got to cut down the amount of people that you're trying to target so that they go, oh, wow, that person really understands me.
It gave me so much insight into introverts. A third of the audience that I'm speaking to are introverts, and to really think about what makes them tick, how I can engage with those people.
Are you a private kind of person? Score 1. Or do you let it all hang out there? Score 5.
It was a really well delivered presentation, and lots of the messages will stay with me. So yeah, really highly recommend, Jon.
If you're an introvert, you might actually quite like to know the fact that there are other people like you around, like me. You might recognise some of the things that I talk about and go, hey, because sometimes knowing that there is somebody else that feels the same way is all it needs to actually take a big step upwards.
One of the things I love about Jon's style is that he uses his personal stories a lot.
He said, if you go out to the sharks, make sure you come back to the island before swimming round it, or the current will take you and push you out into the middle of nowhere. Guess what we did? Anyone want to know what happens next? Okay, that's good. That was the right answer.
It means that you can elicit emotion from people, because I was with him emotionally.
Jon, they can't see us because the sun's setting behind us. So the boat's there, the sun's there, and we're swimming straight at the boat and they can't see us. And then she came out, Jon, the sun's setting. Yes, Anne, I know this. And here it comes, the moment I will never forget. Jon, the sun's setting and the sharks feed at sunset.
So if you're looking for a speaker to talk about being an introvert, looking for a speaker who is a master at bringing storytelling into their speaking, then Jon Baker is your man.
I really didn't understand much about introverts before, but I've been really impressed and discovered an awful lot about how you can lose 30% of production by not motivating the right people in the right way.
So my final question to you, how will you activate your introverts?